Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It is Friday, March 9th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Just to follow up to a story we reported yesterday about a murder-suicide in Crownsville, and the chief medical examiner has come back and said that the wife, Donna Fisher's death, was considered a homicide, and her estranged husband, David Rayner's death, was ruled a suicide. As I mentioned, the couple were in the midst of a divorce, and it looks like Rayner had quite the stockpile of firearms. In court filings that the Capitol uncovered, it said that he had firearms and ammunition believed to be in excess of 125 guns, rifles, grenade launchers, and the like. The FBI has said that he was not ever issued a grenade launcher, and they are illegal to possess in Maryland. There was no history of violence. Police had never been called to the residence, and it seemed that the divorce was just focused on the custody and care of their 10-year-old daughter and the value of their home on Arundel Boulevard in Crownsville. All in all, a very, very sad story. We've got some good news for the city of Annapolis after the recent flooding downtown. Speaker of the House Mike Bush has said that he will find an additional $1.25 million in capital funding to help with the flood mitigation plans, which will bring the city's total up to $2 million in the upcoming budget. Nothing is official yet, but the speaker said he has talked to the appropriate people. And he said, quote, "I just want to assure the citizens of Annapolis I'm going to produce the $1.25 million for flood mitigation." I would like to point out that it is also an election year. Anne Arundel County Public Schools are prepared for students to walk out of class on March 14th in response to the 17 students who were killed on February 14th at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. The protest calls for students to walk out of class for 17 minutes and to discuss the issues of gun control in the United States. However, school spokesman Bob Moser said Anne Arundel County Public Schools neither encourage nor endorse hundreds of students leaving their classrooms to walk outside unsupervised. He said somebody that wants to do the students harm would have a very easy time of doing it. According to Superintendent George Arlotto, he has directed principals to work with the student leaders to develop alternatives to the walkout. That could be a visual display, such as a ribbon worn by the students, or leaving class but remaining inside the school building. Arlotto is proposing a kinder, gentler protest. If you want something to protest, how about a $500 fine for texting and driving? The Maryland House of Delegates has approved a bill that will increase the maximum penalty for using a cell phone while driving to $500. Currently, it is a tiered fine system with fines at $75, $125, and $175 for the first, second, and third offenses. Now that third offense will cost you $500. Keep off the phone. Hindus are really pissed off at BWI. Apparently, passengers and others have to pay $25 to use the reportedly only yoga space available, which is inside of a gym. Hindu statesman Rajan Zed said in a statement that many U.S. and world airports, San Francisco, Chicago, Dallas-Fort Worth, Chicago Midway, Frankfurt, Miami, they all provide yoga rooms in studio for free. Santiago International Airport in South America has been offering twice-weekly complimentary yoga classes, and yoga classes have been held at the Paris Charles de Gaulle, Paris Orly airports. So the Hindus are upset. They want yoga in the airport. Yeah, first world problems. All right, stick around. That's it for the news. We've got George Young with DMV Weather coming right up. And, of course, since it is Friday, I do have the weekend rundown of the things that you cannot, absolutely cannot miss.
I'm Sean ONeill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. When you choose to work with me, you'll have access to a worldwide network of financial products and services only available from a leading global institution. RBC's international reputation for physical strength and stability, world-class capabilities, and corporate values is unique in the financial services industry. I also recognize the importance of reinvesting in the communities in which we live and work, and I'm committed to serving my clients by building long-term relationships based on trust, integrity, and confidence. I look forward to helping you with your wealth management needs. Call me, Sean ONeill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and here is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, March the 9th. Yesterday was a fairly quiet but nice day out, despite being several degrees below normal temperature-wise and a little breezy as well across all of Anne Arundel County. And today will be much the same with breezy highs in the low to mid-40s. Tomorrow will be better with less wind and slightly warmer temps reaching into the 45 to 50 degree range. Then comes the interesting part of the equation Sunday into Monday. Right now, it still absolutely appears likely that a storm will form to our south-southwest on Sunday and will take a track toward the North Carolina-Virginia coast. At that point, the uncertainty still remains a bit. Will it move up the coast on a bit of an amplified south to north or even northeast path? Or will it generally move out to sea on a more progressive west to east track? If out to sea, Annapolis and surrounding areas see pretty much nothing or very little. Up the coast, and the likelihood of significant snowfall goes way up. Option 3, of course, would be maybe a really tucked-in path over the eastern United States, which could bring much more of a rain-snow mix, but that one doesn't seem like too much of a possibility at this point due to the blocking effects of what's north and west of Annapolis, which is a lot of high pressure. We'll be tracking this all day today and into the weekend, so stay tuned over the coming days for updates on the Eye on Annapolis platform, and be sure to track along with us by downloading our free weather app by searching for DCMD VA Weather in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And of course, you can also follow us at dmvweather.com or on Twitter or Facebook, so you can always stay weather informed. This is George Young of DMV Weather with your Eye on Annapolis forecast. Enjoy today and tomorrow before the next storm hits. But remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Hi, this is Randy.
And Claudia Boldiga. Please join us and our presenting sponsor, RXNT, on Saturday, April 28th on AAMC's South Campus for Denim and Diamonds Bash. Proceeds will benefit mental health and addiction services in our community. Now more than ever, we need to focus on this critical need.
The bash sold out last year, so don't delay and join us for this fabulous night under the stars. Can't make the party? You can still help by purchasing a raffle ticket.
This year's raffle is a stunning 4-piece amethyst jewelry collection donated by Cezanne Jewelers, valued at $5,000. Only 100 tickets will be sold for the raffle, so don't miss out. For event or raffle tickets, go to aamcdenimanddiamonds.org.
Thanks for your support of Anne Arundel Medical Center's efforts to improve the availability of mental health and addiction services throughout our community.
Remember, it's not just a party, it's a party with a purpose.
Need to make plans for the weekend? We got you covered. Here are our top picks. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for the events newsletter with a listing of all the upcoming area events.
Thank God it's
We saw a little bit of sunshine this week, and that must mean that spring is around the corner and weekends are getting a little bit more crowded. All this weekend up at Homestead Gardens in Davidsonville, you've got their spring flower show. There is no need to go to the Philadelphia Flower Show when you can go right to Davidsonville at Homestead Gardens. Check that out. That goes for another couple weeks. Tomorrow morning at the crack of noon, you've got the Eastport Democrat Club Green Beer Races featuring Dublin 5. And Dublin 5 is going to be kicking off right at noon, so if you want to see them play, head on out there early. There is no charge to get in. It is free, but they do ask for a donation to help support the club and various charities throughout the area. The Green Beer Races is always a fun time, a great family time, a great dog time. They've got good food, green beer, obviously, and races, also obviously. I imagine you'll see a piper there, too, as well. Also tomorrow, Chesapeake Life Magazine is having their camp fair from 10 to 2 at Annapolis Area Christian School. So if you are trying to figure out what to do with the kids for the summer and you can't lock them in the basement, head on over to Annapolis Area Christian School. They will have tons of camps there ready for you to learn all about the different camps that are available in the area. If you're into drinking, tomorrow is also the Shamrock Stroll presented by Budweiser. It starts at 11 a.m. and you can pick up your registration either at Armadillo or Fido. It is $10 to get in, and that will get you $3 Bud Lights as well as other specials throughout all of the bars that are on the pub crawl. This is one of the largest ones we have every year, and the bars that are participating are Armadillo's, Fido, Dock Street, Acme, Stan & Joe's, Harvest Wood Grill and Tap, and McGarvey's. You can also buy tickets online at shamrockstroll.com and enjoy your buds and Bud Lights. If there are tickets still available, tomorrow night is the Hoolie, which will be taking place at the Annapolis Waterfront Hotel. And this really is the thing that kicks off Irish Week. Dublin 5 will be playing there, as well as some other Irish bands. And that is all leading up to Sunday, which is the annual Annapolis St. Patrick's Day Parade. The parade has more than 100 units coming from actually all over the country. Pipe brigades, fire departments, Irish wolfhounds, and all sorts of Celtic things. The parade gets underway at 1 p.m. and it takes the typical parade route starting up Amos Garrett Boulevard and West Street right there outside of Fido, goes down West Street, around Church Circle, down Main Street, wraps up at City Dock. And I understand from John O'Leary, who is running this thing, is that he's got a big surprise down at the foot of Main Street. You'll have to check it out and see. Gets underway Sunday at 1 p.m. That's about it for the weekend. Make it a good one, make it a fun one, but do make it safe.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.